Hapadays and Tireo, welcome to Marianas Stories. I'm Catherine Perry, and this is where we chat with ordinary people with extraordinary stories in our community. And our guest today, some of you may know him as a master navigator here in our community, but he is also a traditional chief from his home island of Puluwat, Mario Benito. Uncle Mario, thank you for meeting me at the beach today.
Okay, Kathy, thank you for having me today.
Hope it doesn't rain, or we're going to be a show.
No, it's going to wait until our interview done.
Oh, okay, great. I'm glad you said so. Thank you for agreeing to chat with us today. Like I was saying, I think a lot of people know you for the roles you play in the community, but there's something you don't tell a lot of people. And I think it comes from your humility, and that's that you are actually a traditional chief. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, what does that mean?
Actually, Kat, I'm second in line. But since my brother is not on island in Puluwat, he's in Hawaii for medical purposes, and that's why I take over.
Oh, okay.
But since I'm here, my younger nephew is the one that
keeping
things going. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And as a traditional chief, it's it's a very big responsibility. It's going to be coming from your heart, from your mind, and from your soul, because you're dealing with the whole island and a lot of people. It's for me, it's really hard because I'm not staying with my people. I'm here with my family in Saipan, and it's very hard for me to communicate with my nephew back home, or because sometimes you make decision, they make decision back home. They have to ask the older, like me, or if I don't have the answer for that, I have to call up my brother in Hawaii, and then ask him permission for some of those things that is supposed to be come down from the oldest or the elder.
Talking about communication, do you guys in Puluwat have a means like cell phones, or how do they?
Yes, now we have a tower.
Yay! Okay.
But before we used the radio, I forgot the name of that kind of radio, ham radio, or
yeah. Okay. What are some of the roles of a traditional chief?
Well, the role is you have to make sure everybody is in a good hand. For example, people if they're getting sick, everybody has to attend their needs. And sometimes the role for the chief has to be make sure that everything is peaceful, and distributing food for if they go and fishing, you have to come back and then make sure that you divide it equally among the people. And it's not only the chief is has a very important role, but there is people that they call it orang. Orang means they're the one that they advise. They advise, and if the chief say, okay, we're gonna cut tuba for this year, and those advisors, they're the one that they're gonna push it. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then they're gonna put up some restriction on the how you're gonna do it, when you're gonna drink the tuba, what time you're gonna finish, everything, like that.
Like the logistical execution.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Why do you feel it's important, or why do you feel the traditional chief system works for an island community? And can it work here in Saipan? We used to have chiefs here before, I think. But anyways, you might know better than I. But what are the benefits to doing it this way versus, say, having elections or?
No, it's just, like chief. It comes from the. It's in the family. It's what's that, lineage?
Yeah, matrilineal.
Yeah, matrilineal thing. Like it comes down from the mom, and then pass it on to the son, and then pass it on to the daughter, and then if the daughter, like has a son, he's the one that, like the next in line.
Do you think that this is something that can still benefit us today to think back in, or to look at the traditional ways we do things?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's very important because like in our custom, it's you have to have respect, and you have to have like all those things that like it's against the law. For example, like you cannot steal, you cannot go out and like adultery, because like it's not good. Sometimes like back then, if they see somebody like doing that, they take him and then tie to the post of the meeting house, and then they call everybody to come and then make him ashamed of what he's doing. There is no jail, but like there's something like that back then.
Certain kind of torture.
Yeah, torture.
Social torture.
Social torture. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was enough to help people correct their ways?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I think that's one of the things that like makes our community strong, is that we have a sense of responsibility to each other. It's good to be independent. It's good to have your freedom, but I mean, when you look at how like we responded to YouTube, right? How the community came together. Even COVID, how we've come together, respect each other, respect, by wearing your mask and following the rules. And it makes us stronger when we think about other people and not just ourselves. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree with that. Because like even us, that's what like we do. Like we're trying to help everybody, trying to like put together things that like one man cannot do. Like for example, like if you're building your hut, the canoe house, all the men on the island, they're gonna come together and then build it together. It's not like over here if you're building like a palapala or a hotel or your house, only your relatives will show up and like help you. But no, the whole island will show up, and then the lady will like cook food and prepare some food for the people that they're building the house or the hut. It's very important for us to work together as a community, and that's the role for the chief, to make sure that it happens.
I think a lot of times when people hear the word chief, they think of somebody that gets all the benefits. They get the best food, they get served.
Yeah.
Is this what happens?
No.
No? Okay, then how does it go?
The chief, like make the decision, but everything, like if the chief has like for example, I'm gonna use turtle as an example.
Okay.
The chief, like the turtle belong to the chief. Like if they catch the turtle on, I'm gonna use my island as an example, Puluwat. If people, they catch the turtle, they have to bring it to the chief's house for him. But then the chief will, butcher the turtle and distribute among the island. I mean the islanders.
Does he ever keep it for himself?
No.
That's so interesting. Like,
never.
It's almost like the more you give, the more you get. It's like talking about respect. Like, you respect the chief or you respect somebody, and they show their respect back to you.
And then they give you more.
By reciprocating.
Yeah. It's respect is very important in our culture.
What?
Respecting, like elder people, respecting your brothers, respecting your older sister, respecting your cousins. You know, like it's very us. You know, like we're still practicing. You know, like aparo, which is you know like when men you know like sitting and their sister comes, you know, they have to growl on their.
Yeah. That's why we were meeting over at the boathouse earlier, and I was waiting for you inside the office, and then I realized you were sitting and I was standing. And then that's why I went and I sat down. It wasn't because I was tired, but it suddenly just struck me. You know, because we're longtime friends also.
No, but you know, like for you know, like it's okay because you're my niece. So it doesn't. But you know, like for you, if I'm your cousin, you cannot, you know, like come near close to me, or my sister. You cannot. If you're gonna see it, you're gonna see it over there, and then. Yeah.
Why is that, and why do you think that type of relating to each other is important?
I think it's very important because you know, like you know, what is your role. And then if you do your role, then, you know, like the people that, you know, like they look at it and then they respect you from, you know, like respecting, you know, your family or your, if you don't respect your family, you know, like back home, they call them manumang, manubu. You know, like doesn't understand things, you know, like because he doesn't respect. If you don't respect your family, people won't respect your family. If you respect your family, people will look at it and then, oh, we have to respect them because, you know, like everybody respect each other.
Yeah. What are some ways you feel here in Saipan we could change, improve? Is there anything you feel from this traditional way of respect that you would like to see us do more wherever you're from, living here on this island?
I think there's a lot of things that, you know, we have to. The way I look at the lifestyle in Saipan right now, I'm sorry, but you know, like that's what I look at it and I see. No more. There is, but you know, like it's not really strong anymore. The way people, sister and brother respect each other. They respect by, you know, like hugging and, you know, but, you know, for them to, you know, like use, because, you know, like there is only some words you cannot use, you know, when your brothers are around, you know, and you cannot just tell them come and eat or mongo. There is, you know, like another way of saying that. If, you know, like if they don't say those words to their brother, then, you know, like the disrespect. And then over here, only some families I know that they aparo, but not all the people anymore. Not all the Carolinas in Saipan, you know, like they don't do that anymore.
Do you think, like for me, there's a lot of things I don't know even as a Carolinian, and it might be because my dad is American, it might be because generationally, but what would you say to like young people or even people our age, my age, people like me who like would like to know more and to practice more of these traditional ways, but maybe they didn't have an opportunity to learn? Maybe nobody really taught them.
I think the key is respect. You know, you have to just respect each other, even though, you know, like it's not your family member or, you know, like, but respect them the way you want people to respect you back. I think that's very important in our culture, to respect each other. I think in Carolina, that's the most important word is respect.
Which also I think, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
Relates to humility.
The what?
Humility, being humble.
Yeah.
Sometimes just because you're quiet and you don't say anything and you don't attack back if somebody attacks you, doesn't mean you're the weaker person.
No.
You're actually I feel, the stronger person.
Yes. That's the way I look at it. You don't kill fire by fire. You kill with water. See, if there is like somebody like disrespect you, just say okay, or just slow down, and then they get in breathe.
Laugh like that. Laughter is a good deflector for anger, by the way.
Yeah, sometimes like if somebody like angry and then like scold you, just laugh it out. Like sorry, but like it's not the way like you have to treat people.
Yeah, yeah. You started this. I know it's something dear to your heart. The Sunday sale with 500 sales.
Yes.
I believe it's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on
Yes,
Sundays.
yes.
Free sailing.
Free sailing
At Gumasakman.
Gumasakman. Yeah.
In Susupi with Uncle Mario and his family. Why? Do you get paid for this?
No.
Why would you devote, and it's been going for over a year now, why would you devote your Sunday, because you have to get there early, I'm sure, and you leave after 2. Why do you devote your time to this?
First of all, like I really want to revive the canoe culture, like the seafaring. I've been, like doing this for over, like decades, and, I really, like I have I really getting sad when, like I know that people over here, they don't sail, they don't care about the canoe, they don't care about the canoe culture, they don't care about the navigation. They want to know, but, like there's nobody, like teach them. There's nobody, like come down and like make them the right way, teach them the right way of sailing the canoe. And when I find out about those canoe, they call me. I was lucky. Pete and Emma called me in, and then they want me to work with them or for them, and then I say yes, and then they say okay, we're gonna go. I don't know if that's a test drive or let's go and sail. And then we went out and then sail. We come back and they just hand me the key for the
The canoe house?
the canoe house, and I say, what's this? That's your key. Whenever you want to sail the canoe, whenever you want to sail, just come down and then use those canoes. And then that's when, like I think about, okay. And another thing is I really want my son, like to learn how to sail, to, know his background.
Yeah.
That's why, like, and everybody's free, like it doesn't matter. Tomorrow, Carolinian, American, Japanese, Korean, Filipino, Filipina. It's for everybody. The whole CNMI. I have the same vision with Pete that like he was planning to build more canoe and revive the canoe culture and maritime academy, something like that. And I'm really into that. I love to revive our culture. Kind of sad when like you look back and then you say, oh, those old people, they can do this, but how about us? Why we cannot do it anymore? Where's the GPS? Or where's the motorboat? Let's go to Manaka.
Where's the radio?
Where's the radio?
There's been a lot of work towards reviving the traditional navigation.
Yes.
Why do you feel this particular part of the culture is so important? Like, because there's a lot of things we could emphasize. We could emphasize the language, the food, making the ter or the beadwork, but the canoe, you use this word canoe culture. What is the essence of the canoe culture that's important?
For me, it's really important because, like back home, that's what we used to bring food to the island. You go out, you go get turtles from the, like the turtle island, you bring it back, you distribute amongst people. That's the food. And then if you go out fishing, you come back. We call it wa. Waharak. Wa means, like the vessel in your body.
Really, it's the same word.
Yeah, and then people, like
same
American.
Word for boat.
Yeah, American, they call it vessel, right?
Oh.
And then the vessel is the vessel in your body.
Okay.
Which is, that's what, like it distribute blood in your body system, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's the same as wa.
The word wa
Wa
also
means
a vessel?
vessel.
That is so interesting. Okay. No, that is really cool. I think, yeah, go ahead.
Because, like that's what brings, like food for, it's not only food, but, if they need, before they use those, what do they call those, turmeric? Or the one that, turmeric?
Yeah, the
the one
yellow
that,
one,
yeah. It's hard. We don't have, like those kind of thing back home or on those low island at all.
Okay.
Only on those, like
Mountainous
mountainous island, yeah. And some people, like they sell those islands just for that.
Oh.
Yeah. They'll bring, and then they say, oh, only for people that they have a navigator dad. They're the one that they have that. They have, like a beautiful color of turmeric.
Yeah. They have a benefit.
Benefit of,
from,
like that.
Yeah. I like what you said about the wa meaning canoe and also vessel. It makes me think of that word I learned from Uncle Lino. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ashula? Ashula yamso?
Oh, yeah.
Or means
Ashwala.
Ashwala yamso, which means to heal or to let go of your anger. It's also the same word for healing of a wound. Same word. To let go of your anger and to heal a wound. Ashwala. Yeah. Okay. Man, I hate these kind of interviews where there's so much you could talk about and then not enough time. So we might have to continue in another format.
Oh, okay, no problem.
No, but as I said, I know you're one of the most, not only the nicest people I know, but one of the most respectful and humble people I know. But if you could define the qualities, the top qualities of what makes a good leader or a good chief, what would you say those 3 or 4 qualities would be?
Humble. And just, and then respectful. And then another 3 is do things equally for everybody.
Fair.
Yeah, fairness.
Just.
And now I can have very busy schedule with my chief and my 500 sale.
Yeah.
And my mayorship.
What mayorship?
It's a secret.
Okay. Any final thoughts that you would like to share before we go?
Just be humble to the elders and then respect them, and then you're gonna be all right. We're gonna be in a good community or in a good society if all the people respect each other, and people that they respect, they're humble people, right? And I think that's the most important thing that I can say right now.
That's it. We've been chatting today with Mario Benito. He is not only greatly involved in revival of the canoe, traditional canoe culture here in the Marianas, but he's also a traditional chief. Second in line to his brother from the island of Puluwat, and he's been sharing with us today about what are some of the roles and responsibilities and modeling we can take from that kind of system that can help us have a better community here in the Marianas. Thank you, Uncle Mario.
Thank you, Kathy. Adios.
We'll see you next time on Marianas Stories.
All right.